This video will investigate epistemic legitimacy, agentic deadlock, and... Sorry about that. Much as I love those labels, I admit I am a political theory geek, and that sort of language is only going to put people off and make them feel stupid, which would be stupid. So, this video is going to try to put another person's complex ideas into simple language. I hope I don't oversimplify, and I hope I don't patronise. I'm going to do it in 4 parts. 1. What do politicians want? 2. Decision, choice and solutions. 3. Governance. And 4. What do we do about it? Ready? Imagine you're a politician. What do you need to stay in a job? Unless you're an independent, you need your party on side so that they reselect you as a candidate at the next election and have volunteers to knock on doors and fold leaflets. So therefore you have to toe the party line, as the dead cliche goes. And unless you're in a really safe seat, you have to worry about getting re-elected. It's relatively easy in opposition. You can just say the current lot are corrupt, secretive and incompetent, and a goodly proportion of the electorate will agree with you. But if you are in power, you have to make decisions. And when you make decisions, you make enemies, people who are on the losing side of the argument. And you might have to make controversial decisions, but you'll not want to make courageous decisions. Ultimately, not making decisions makes you look indecisive. So, there are various wheezes you can use. One is to have panels and commissions and other arm's-length formats until the heat is off a bit. When you do finally make a decision, if things go well, you can get some reflected glory for having appointed the right people. If it goes badly, then you can point out it was out of your hands because you had depoliticized the matter. It's also important to avoid making rods for your own back. For example, say there's a private business that the government is still subsidising. It's costing 2 million of taxpayers' money a year in subsidy. If you renationalised it, it would only cost 1 billion. Surely a no-brainer for a lean state. But once you nationalise it, you become responsible for any incident or accident that occurs. And since it's not your personal money you're spending, you choose not to stick your head in the lion's jaws. Ultimately, you want as much as possible to be considered out of your hands, just one of those inevitable things. Alongside trying to minimise the number of decisions that need making, you can also offer choices and solutions. Although choice and decision are words that are used as if they're the same thing, there is a subtle distinction. A decision is an either-or. Send the guy to prison or not. Get married or not. A choice leaves your options open to choose differently tomorrow. Say, buying one kind of chocolate bar instead of another. Politicians are very happy to offer us choices within a very narrow framework. The act of choosing means we are then engaged with and complicit in the setup. And solutions are best of all. You can find some scientist or technocrat who's willing to say that, on the evidence presented, and it doesn't matter how poor the evidence is as long as it points where they want to go, that path X is the right one. Long-term costs? Ignored. Social and environmental consequences? Since they can't easily be counted, they aren't counted. And crucially, if it all goes wrong at a later date, and the politician is still around and needs to justify themselves, they can say, well, we took the best decision on the best available evidence, having consulted the relevant experts. Cover your ass. Particularly astute politicians will try to draw in their critics to sit on various advisory panels and steering groups. This in the game is known as governance. What's the only language these bureaucrats and politicians understand? Pressure. Constant, relentless, growing pressure with regular, uncomfortable but feasible demands. From where? From a mass movement, which is a different video.